A Rasmussen poll found that only 16% of Americans believe Disney's content is better than it was in the past, while 47% say it's worse. 29% believe it has stayed the same. Amongst Republicans, 65% believe think Disney's entertainment has gone worse, revealing what poll described as profound image crisis for Disney. Disney's 2024 Star Wars spinoff, Acolyte, was canceled after one season despite an estimated cost of close to $250 million. Oh, my God. The series featured a transgender actor. Is this serious, Rob?
I'll have to look. I didn't hear about the show, but I'll look it up.
The series featured a transgender actor as well as a coven of seemingly lesbian witches, with showrunner Leslie Headland calling it the gayest Star Wars ever. Following Backlash, Headland later backtracked somewhat, but the damage was done, making another high-profile failure for Disney. Is this a joke? Really?
Yeah.
Jake, was that Jake's voice?
Jake.
Yeah, Jake.
What, so Jake,
party.
what do you know about the story here? The gayest Star Wars ever. Uh-huh. Can you pull up, Rob, the picture of it to see what this actually looked like? Not even play a clip. So zoom in a little bit. So zoom in? Can we see this? That's the poster. So who's the transgender here?
That's the secret. You can't tell.
They spent $250 million on this and they shut it down.
And one season?
Rob,
What?
who is this person, the showrunner? Leslie Headland with a Y. Leslie Headland. Headland. Yeah, is that it?
Yep.
Can we see who she is? Zoom in a little bit. It's American film, television, screenwriter, playwright. Dedicated a comedic film to Bachelorette, Sleeping with Other People. Co-created on Russian Doll. Earned a 2-time Prime Emmy. Outstanding writing comedy. Creator, showrunner, Disney, Star Wars, and Acolyte 2020 player. She has written the assistants called, well, okay, so she's 44-45, Maryland, U.S. Spouse is Rebecca Henderson. Oh, so she is part of the LGBTQ community. And she called this movie the gayest movie ever. Like,
Was she saying that as a compliment? Or
I thought it was a shot. So let's just see. Upon graduating from Headland, spent 6 years working as an assistant at Miramax, 1 year which she spent as Harvey Weinstein's personal assistant. So she was Harvey's personal assistant. Her experience during that time is what inspired her 2012 play The Assistant. So she claims she was not physically assaulted by Weinstein and did not witness any incidents. Go a little lower, Rob, to see what else she said. Keep going lower, keep going lower, keep going lower, keep going lower, keep going lower.
She wasn't his type.
Rotten Tomatoes, the series has an average rating of 78% based on 246 critic reviews. Hollywood Reporter comes on. Okay, of course they're going to say. So if it was so good, why did it shut down? Go a little lower again, Rob. Lower, I think, let's say headlines. Okay, so now maybe who's this Rebecca Henderson? Rebecca Henderson. Can you just click on her name right there? Let's see who she is. She's somebody that was in Hollywood as well. Canadian actress. She's known for a portrayal of Lizzie on Netflix series Russian Doll. Okay, Henderson was born and raised in Canada. She moved to New York. Got October 19th. It was announced that the couple... Got it. So go to the quote. Is there a clip of her saying, like, this is the gayest ever? Is there a video
really
clip?
good. Yeah, he just sent it to Rob in the PBD podcast. Prep Robbie. That's the now I know exactly who she is. This is the video that I saw of them, Tom, of them, Rob, interviewing, and they're laughing about how it's
my intuition is that she's not saying it disparagingly.
She's saying it in a way like, come see it. It's the gayest.
It's a big difference.
Here we go. Oh,
big
yeah.
difference.
That's it. Here we go.
And then we wonder why your shit fails.
The way she's
I want to
sitting.
ask you both because this is, I would say, arguably the gayest Star Wars. I think by a considerable
Rob.
Yeah,
Oh, it's way too
loud in our
loud,
ears.
bro. Lord audio, please. Can you do that? Yeah, thank you. Go for it.
I want to ask you both because this is, I would say, arguably the gayest.
He's not gay.
By a considerable margin. And are you excited about that? Are you
Not the
bracing
gayest
yourself?
Star Wars. Not the.
Go.
It's pretty good. Let's be honest.
Shantae.
Leslie, are you? How do you feel?
Am I gay? Yes.
Well, no, I know
Yeah.
you are gay, but I'm asking, are you excited about
you
putting
are.
this? This is going to be a talking point.
Is it going to be a talking point?
I'm sure some.
Because nerds are gay.
Well,
Yeah.
some nerds are very not gay and are very threatened by gay
Well, that's
stuff.
true. But
Yeah.
in my world, nerds are gay.
Okay.
Oh,
Is this a
God.
fun element of?
No, I don't think so. And yet people have told me that it's the gayest Star Wars, and I frankly.
You're offended?
Into it. No.
Yeah, $250 million
I think
later.
that Star Wars is so gay already.
Okay.
I mean, have you seen the fits? We'd be like, look how gay this is, and then send each other a reference photo.
And are you telling me with a straight face that C-3PO is straight?
They're a couple. That's what I think.
Oh my God. And you guys want to
more
wonder
I
why
think
you
it's
lost
canon
money.
that R2-D2 is a lesbian.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Huh.
Ask Filoni. Okay.
Look at even the word acolyte has like a rainbowish. But and you would guys, you would think
That was uncomfortable to watch. by
that's
the way.
horrible. And they lost and they keep dumping money into these horrible woke LGBTQ ideas. And guys, by the way, nerds obviously don't like it. And nerds, there's some gay, they're not they don't like it. You're poisoning something that was meant to entertain, and now it's just gone completely LGBTQAI plus whatever other letters that they have. And I'm happy to see that these freaking they're losing. This studio lost $250 million because of these giggling idiots.
Look, we've been talking
By
about.
the way, Disney, Bob Iger could have given that $250 million, just so you guys know, to Stephen A. Smith.
He could have.
That's exactly right. And
Way better investment, I'll tell you that
And-
much.
Well, right now.
Go ahead, Tom.
should have given at least 90 of it. Oh man! If Stephen A. is listening, he knows what I mean.
Cut. Give him the check.
So what you have on here is you have to remember who greenlit this. Iger greenlit this.
Of course he did.
Probably 2 to 3 years ago. And what's her name? Kathleen Kennedy, who was part of that. And so this comes right out of the pre-fake shift at Disney, because Disney's trying to make a fake shift, right? They're trying to say, oh, it's really not this, it's really not that. And they're trying to make this fake shift and get people back in the parks and build content. And so instead, this thing comes out, which was greenlit 2 years ago, and it just shows you. You just saw what a bubble looks like. That is a thought bubble, a creative bubble. You just saw the bubble. And it's like, are you three people serious? The one guy is apparently a journalist covering it or a PR guy. But you're looking into that and you're saying, so you people are making a decision. Does it surprise you that that's the movie that came out if that was the creative people in the room? She's a showrunner.
Yep.
Right? So exactly. And so it doesn't surprise me. What surprised me is there's actually 16% of Americans that thought the content's better, right? That's the curiosity I have, is where are the 16% somewhere? Yeah. Do they all live in West Hollywood?
Of course.
You know that, and this isn't an attack on anybody's lifestyle. My point is, if you live in a bubble like that and you're building and you're making content for a more broad-based audience, says, you know, that's a little over the top with all. What was the joke they were making about, you know, R2-D2, Are You Do Me, or whatever the name of the robot she was talking about, whatever she was saying.
CP3 or whatever the hell is
CP3O is, they're saying,
But
are you telling me straight?
Here's the challenge they're having. And Pat pointed this out not too long ago. It's who is Disney's customer? Is it kids? Not really. It's the parents. Because the parents got to take their kids to go watch these movies. The parents have to go take their 12-year-old, 10-year-old, 5-year-old, whatever it is, to go watch these movies, to buy these products. So the parents. So who's having kids? Well, more often than not, it's usually a man and a woman having kids. So this isn't anything about anti-gay or anti-LGBT. It's just understanding your customer. What is it called? Know your customer rules. Isn't that a thing in business? Know your customer.
In insurance, it is for a fraud, right?
So, well, this turned out to be a fraud of capitalism over here, and a fraud of basically running a company, because Disney stock price is basically pummeled since all these go woke, go broke movies came out. You know, speaking of go woke, go broke, Disney stock price plummeted since basically 2020, when everyone realized what the hell's happening with all these cancel culture DEI agendas out here. So I remember as a kid growing up, Lion King, freaking Hakuna Matata. Are you kidding me? The Little Mermaid. I mean, all the girls like that kind of stuff. Aladdin. Awesome movies. What are the movies they make now? What is this? I don't know what it is. So as a parent, I'd have a very hard time looking at Disney being like, yes, we're gonna go pay money for these movies. We're gonna go spend money, give this company money. Here's the thing. What percentage of America is actually gay or LGBT? 2%, 5%, whatever it is. But in Hollywood, what percentage are LGBT? Let's say it's 20%. It's probably more. So you have people 20, 30, 40, 50% of Hollywood, 5% LGBT, dictating culture to kids and to parents. So it's a supply and demand issue.
Yeah. And look, again, remember earlier we talked about a person at 37 years old has the kid, thinking about buying a house, business, all that other stuff. This is your state. This is your state. This is what they want to do. The school, the education, the ideas, the policies, Disney, California. They believe this is the norm. Again, more of a reason to realize what direction things are going. FYI, bad thing about Hollywood and movies is when you make a movie and you say yes to a movie, you can't change your mind for 5 years. Let's think about it. So like right now, Bob Iger is sitting there saying, oh my God, I got 2 more years of shitty movies coming out that I got to put up with, that everyone's going to be talking about me. But I can't wait for 2027, if he's even thinking that. But what a bad place to be for a guy like him, that he knows there's a couple more bad movies coming out that we don't even know about. No, that's exactly.
And you know what's crazy? You could can them, but you could sit on them and don't do it. But I mean, it'd be a waste of $250 million.
Yeah. Well, let's see what happens. So here we go. Again, he could have saved that money and just given it to Stephen A.
I mean, he needs it.
Folks, for those of you that are excited about what's about to come up here January 20th, and you supported the president, the collection, the limited edition hats, the 250 sold out in no time, and everything else right there. There's limited supplies left. The red, the blue, white, and red. I think there's a few of those hats left. This is something you buy and just said, like, if you come into my office, I have the Future Looks Bright hats from this team of what we experience, and I have it in my office. If you come and see it in my office, I have some of these hats in my office. This is something you buy, you sport, you wear, and then you set it aside in your house, in your office, because you will forever remember 2024, what it was like. And for some of you guys that supported it, fought it, did it in your own way, this is a way for you to say, I contributed during 2024. Go order the gear. And if you got friends, if you got angry Patriot friends like Vinny, and you go to them and say, I got a gift for you. You give them something like this, you put a smile on their face. Again, represent the brand. We got the shirts. We got the hats. I'll always say this. Numbers came back. We were trying to see what the number was going to be for 2025. 2024, we ended up having over 120,000 pieces of merch sold in 2024. Just 3 years ago was 600. Future Looks Bright is becoming a movement. We're going to have 1 million people worldwide wearing this gear, representing it right now. Mario was telling me he was walking the other day having a shirt on at church. He says a guy looked at him, and he just looked at him and pointed at the logo, and they kind of winked, and they walked off. The Valuetainment crew, when they see each other, it's a very interesting gang around the world.
It's kind of like in
whether you know it or not, you're a part of it.
kind of like in the movie Old School when they know.
Like,
You know.
Yeah, so
Part of the-
whatever Adam said, folks. Go to VTmerch.com,
fraternity.
place your
Part of the
order.
fraternity.
And for those of you that have the
Godfather.
families in California that are affected by it, we raised $108,000 on last Thursday, where we said 100% of it's going to go to families in California. If you know anybody, shoot me, Tom, Vinny, or Adam a Manect of a story and their phone number. We may just surprise FaceTime them and help them out. If you enjoyed this video, you want to watch more videos like this, click here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click here.